watching this, that means that I have now successfully recorded my very first YouTube makeup video, and it is over an eyebrow tutorial. And I used two different ways. I used my old way and I used my new way, and I show you guys because my new way is super easy. It's one product. My old way, I was gonna say less expensive, but actually it's the same price. But it's more steps, but it's also, I think, easier kind of for a more of a beginner style. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got either one of these eyebrows, then just keep watching. Make sure that you like my videos, make sure you subscribe to my videos, and also check out my Instagram makeup account. It's Makeup by Lindsay, MAKEUPXLYNZ. And thank you guys so much. Bye. Okay, so I'm probably not all the way in the frame right now, but it's because I really just want to get that shot right there, so we're just focusing on the eyes. I will be using two different styles. So for this eyebrow, we're going to just be using eyeshadows or brow powders, whatever you want to call them. And then on the other eye, we're just going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and these colors are for me. Like, if you can see my hair, I dye it black, so my color scheme for my eyebrow will have to be on the dark side. First, I'm going to take this brush right here, and we're just going to start with this one. And I've already got, actually, you know what, I'm going to, because it's been a long day, a long crazy day, I'm going to actually just kind of go over my eyes, my eyebrows, which in real life, whenever you're putting on your foundation, you need to probably go ahead and you know, get this area as best as you can, because I'm just using a stippling brush in my foundation, and I'm just kind of going over that area to blend out any weird areas that my makeup has. So focusing on this one right now, we're just going to brush it. Actually, we're just going to do both. We're going to brush both of these up. Brush them up and around, up, out, and around. Alright, let me get just really zoomed in here. When for my powders, I'm going to be using Espresso by MAC, and it's this ashy brown color. I don't know how they describe this color, but I think it's a flat ashy brown. And then we're also going to be using MAC's Carbon, which is a flat black, a flat black shadow. And my Real Techniques brush, it's just an angle brush, and yeah, and I actually stepped on it, so I actually hold this brush kind of right here because it changes angle. So whenever you're doing your eyebrows, you need to make sure it's all feathery like motions, whether you're using whatever product you're using. I don't care what you're doing. We're not drawing on our eyebrows. We are filling them in and giving a balance to the bald spots in her eyebrows. So I'm sorry the lights keep changing. I don't know what to do about that. Okay, so first things first, we're just going to take our angle brush and go into Espresso and just dabby dab dab, kind of tap off the excess, and then we're just going to start right here. Not too close to the front, and kind of just pat it, kind of throw it into the angle that you want as you're patting it and brushing it downwards. Kind of like short brush strokes. And don't worry about the imperfections right now, because we're going to get to that. I'm also just this is also an experiment for me to be able to try to see what the differences is between when I use my brow wiz versus when I use eyeshadow, because I'm not quite sure which one I like. I think I kind of just feel like they have their days, but I don't know. So I know that my brow should kind of stop right lined up right here. But as far as contouring goes, I like to have my nose contour going all the way up to my brow because it makes it look more natural. Thus being, I pull in my brow just maybe a fraction of a centimeter past my tear duct, just so that the rest of my face is all pulled in. Do we see that? So compared to my hair, you see that it's actually a lot lighter. And that's good, because that means that we have a good shape going on without it being too out of pocket. Then we're going to go in with carbon, and with the same brush we're going to dab it, kind of take off the excess, and then go in and start behind the first little area that you started up underneath and kick outwards and get that black eyeshadow running through the back end of your wing. Because a lot of times whenever you are taking pictures or the sun's on your face, your eyebrow will go away if you don't kind of deepen the back end when you use shadows. Now whenever I use my brow wiz, because it's buildable. This is buildable. This gets darker the more you put on, whereas shadow just gets more of that color. It doesn't get darker. This gets darker. So you can always fill that in. So there's that. We kind of got it. I like how it's going. I kind of just want to go back in one more time before I clean them up with a little bit more carbon, and then just pat it. Pat, 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 pat. Sorry, that's probably the wrong sound effect, but whatever. And then kind of also just taking the remainder of the black and kind of just sharpening up this little front edge just a wee bit. Kind of get that top angle going on. So that's that brow. And no, we're not done, but I am going to switch over to the other eye, and I'm going to use on this eye my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and these are great. Like, I'm not even sure how much this is. Probably like $20 or something, but it is the color dark brown, and I can see that I'm really orange right now. Okay, that's better. And I'm just going to, again, kind of start not up here, but kind of start inwards a little bit, and kind of just with those same feathery strokes, You see how I got up here, and because this is a pencil and it's waxed based, I'm just kind of chopping up the motion a little bit just so they're not so harsh. Also, because I am going to make a face of this, I'm trying to line my eyebrows up, and I honestly can tell that this pencil is actually a lot more pigmented than those shadows are, which, I mean, I already knew that, but I just kind of wanted to see it. Alright, now that I got those on, and they're looking kind of cray. Oh, I forgot. This is a dual-ended pencil. So, one end has the felt, not the felt, but the, what is this? Brush thing on it. And the other side is the retractable pencil part, which I think how thin that is. Oh god, it's not even focusing. What do I... Picking that up. Okay, so then we got our eyebrows on like this. We are going to clean them up using a concealer. But first, before we do that, I need to run the brush through this side. I was going to use this fully, but now I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use the brush over here. And just brush it all out to where it's even and evenly, the product in both eyebrows are evenly distributed. And that looks pretty good for what we're going to do now, which is I'm going to take some, this is LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Creamy Beige. I don't know if you could see that or if it even matters. It's Creamy Beige. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. Oh, and when I say a little bit, I mean a whole lot. No, I mean a little bit. And then I have this flat top brush right here that I love to use. It is, don't know who it's by. I bought it in a set, like one of those sets you get on eBay. And just kind of go up in here. Make sure you get an even distribution of product on your brush. And we're just going to kind of start right here. And we're going to clean that bad boy up. And then just take the rest of that product down your eye, since we have like so much. And then just kind of use your finger to blend it out. The thing about these are, I actually used them for an eyeshadow base, and it serves, I mean, back in high school, I used to use my foundation for my eyeshadow base, and it honestly worked all the same. It's not gonna like do anything wrong to it. Actually, I lied. It might oxidize some of the eyeshadows you use, but if you're just kind of doing natural looks, you can use concealer or you can use your foundation. It's not even a big deal. And then we're going to come over here after we took some more product, and we're just going to do the same thing and clean that up just like that. Oh no, my finger just landed in it. Oh god, oh my god. And then the same thing, just kind of brush it down. Okay, and if you see anything that you kind of took away from too much, like I kind of, because I have so much product, I kind of patted that concealer back onto my eye. You can go back in with your pencil. You can use the little bit of eyeshadow. I'm just going to use the remainder of what was on this to kind of just clean that back up, because it's fine. I don't know. It's crazy because for some reason I always feel like well, since I bought this Wiz pencil, okay, sorry, my camera cut off, but these are my finished end result brows. And I don't really even know if I can, let's see. I don't know if I can tell a difference. So we'll just have to like wear them and see which one lasts the longest, because right now they look the same. The camera stopped and I was running the rest of the concealer that I had in the back of my hand just down up underneath my eyes. And yeah, only other thing that I want to say is just to make sure that you're taking breaks in between when you're doing your eyebrows, to take a step back and look at them. That way that they're not becoming too unnatural or too wide or too small. You know, kind of get a step back and get a good perception of what's actually going on. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of throw on a little bit of makeup and carry on with my day. But if you guys have any other suggestions of videos or anything you would like to see me do, I am here. This is my first video, like you guys already know, and I'm excited. This is great, so much fun. Like, I don't even know, it's probably the most fulfilling thing that I've done in a long time. So I'm more than happy to help everybody with whatever little issue, even if it's small things. You can ask me small questions like I don't know, anything. Contouring, concealing, what's good for what kind of skin types, what are you looking for precisely. If I've ran across any products that just, that I think that would do good for you that you don't already have, I'll go through the products that I have, and that way it'll serve a purpose for you to not to have to go and buy things that if you trust me enough to believe that when I say it's horrible, then you won't have to waste your money and all that. So yeah, just like this video, subscribe to me, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.